Hello, everyone, and welcome to Medford Happenings, a show for and about the city of Medford. I am John Petrella. The purpose of this program is to give Medford citizens facts and information to help you make informed choices. So let's give a really big welcome to our guest today, Nicole Branley. Nicole is a hardworking and current member of our Medford School Committee. Nicole works for everyone in the city of Medford, and I think there's a big emphasis on children and students. So, Nicole, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
We really do appreciate it.
I love it.
We're going to get right into it, Nicole.
Okay. Let's do it.
I start off with just give us a little background. Who's Nicole? What are you all about?
Well, what am I all about? Well, I'm a current school committee member here in Medford. I just finishing up my first term, running for my second term for re-election. I'm a mom. I have two children. One graduated from Medford High this year, and then I have a rising 10th grader. So.
You're a very, very busy person.
Yeah, and I grew up in Medford. I went to Medford High. I've worked for Medford Public Schools in the past as a paraprofessional, and I work for a neighboring district, the administrative assistant for the director and assistant director of special ed.
Very good, Nicole.
Yeah.
Great. That's great stuff. It really is. You're also a very busy person.
I am.
All right, so now we'll get into what it's all about, what's going on.
Okay, let's do it.
Give us a couple of reasons. Just, why are you seeking re-election?
Well, there's more work to do. There's more work to do, and I love my job,
Okay.
I love working for the school committee. I love representing this city. I don't represent one group or one person. I don't go to City Hall for myself. So I represent every citizen, and that makes me really proud. And to think that I can be the voice of our students and our staff, that means everything to me. I trust them with my children, and I'm happy that they trust me.
And they do. They do.
I appreciate that. I don't take that for granted at all.
I know you don't. I know that's the type of person you are.
Thank you.
And that's why we love having you on the show
Thanks.
today. You want to share some of your, what you believe to be past accomplishments?
Sure.
You've done a lot, but
Thank you.
Want to fill us in?
Well, school committee never sleeps, I can tell you that. We are on 24/7. It's not just, showing up for a couple of meetings a month. You are really on all the time. I think the thing that I'm probably most proud of is that I won. I'm a grassroots single person, running for office. I'm not affiliated with any groups. I run everything on my own, my social media. I have a treasurer, but besides that, I don't have a campaign manager. And,
Wow.
I'm my own manager, I guess.
Well, that's a good thing. So you're basically a one-woman show. That's it. Well, it takes a lot to run.
I'm grateful for everybody that helps me.
Yeah.
I feel like I have an amazing village in Medford, and I'm grateful for every single person working on the school committee. Obviously, budget season is very difficult.
Yes.
Last year especially, it was very difficult. This year was definitely easier with the override.
Right.
Grateful to keep those jobs.
Absolutely.
Leading up to my run for election, I worked very closely with the school committee before even running for office. I helped them revise the bullying and intervention policy, and I was really proud of that. And I was involved in hiring our new principal, which is Marta Cabral. So I was on that search committee too, and I'm proud of that.
We're very proud of you, and the
Thanks.
bullying and that needed to be revised, and you did a great job.
Thank you. I
You
appreciate
really
it.
did.
It was for every child.
I know.
Every child.
I know. There was a lot going on. There really was. So, what do you feel was the school committee's most important action or decision in the past term? Was there anything going on?
Anything going on?
Yeah, actions that you took.
Actions that we took. All right. Well, I think budget, money is probably the most important thing, right?
Yeah.
The override was huge. We want to make sure that we're going to use that money wisely. So I think that was the most important thing to me. in talking about the budget and the override, I just wanted to make sure the money that we do have, we were using properly.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to see that the money is going where it said it's going, and that makes me happy. I think transitioning to a new superintendent after Dr. Evie left, and
Yeah.
now transitioning to our interim superintendent. Dr. Galusi. Next year, we'll, search for a new one or keep Dr. Galusi, however that turns out. And I think, obviously, a new Medford High building.
Right. I mean, so there's a lot of issues
There's
ongoing.
a lot going on, and
Yeah.
I'd like to stay part and see everything through.
Right, yeah. It doesn't really end,
No,
does it?
no, it's a continuation.
No. Yeah.
It's always
Yeah,
a continuation.
More work.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Can you tell our audience what is your number one issue, if you have a number one issue,
Ooh, a number one issue.
the school committee will have to deal with?
Well,
Let's say next election.
Yeah,
next
so
school.
I would definitely say, transitioning to a new superintendent, or or sticking with Dr. Galusi, who's been doing a great job. Proud of her.
Yeah.
I really would love to showcase our highlights here at Medford High. I think the Medford Vocational Technical High School is really, the CTE program is a crown jewel here. It really, really is. I'm lucky enough that both of my kids are Vokies. Jacqueline was in the culinary program when she was here, and Dominic is accepted to the electrical program, and I'm really proud of that.
That's good. That's great.
And I think that it's important to note that you can be a vocational student and still go to college. I think
Right.
that's really a myth that needs to be busted.
Thank you.
It really does. It
Oh,
really
thank
does.
you.
As my
hear
daughter's
ya.
heading off to college and she was in culinary, And I also think that I would really love to see a lot more Mustang pride come back.
Yeah.
I think old school, you've lived in Medford, you went to Medford High, you have that Mustang pride in you. You remember the song as everybody came in on
Right.
Thanksgiving morning, or the pep rally. And I think that we've lost some of that. I would love to see us have more pride, in our sports, in the athletic department. We have a new athletic director coming in, which is great.
Right. Yep.
And I definitely think, obviously, academics has to be a top priority.
Right.
And I think, a new building, whether, we revamp the whole place or, whatever, but that's to be seen. But I think that we need to have pride here. Be proud of where you come from.
Right. Yeah. And by the way, the sports teams.
Yes,
If you
both
follow
my
them,
yes, yes.
absolutely.
I was at a bunch of
It's
those GBL
incredible
games.
what they've done
Absolutely,
this year.
I
Yeah,
went to
yeah.
every home football game I
Yeah.
was at.
That's-
My daughter played
Yeah.
for the softball team. She was on varsity.
Yes.
My son was junior varsity and called up for varsity, and he was at that GBL winning games. And it's so great to watch the energy. And I love that people that are from the city or other parents come to watch the games of other students that are
Right.
just excited about it. And I think that we
Yeah.
really need to get back into that. I think that that's
Yeah,
huge.
it's a big part of
Yeah,
what's
absolutely.
going on at the high school. It really is.
What
Academics-
happens at school
Yep.
is citywide. It's
Yep.
not just for people who have kids at
I
school.
agree. Yep.
So
Yep. I agree. Good point.
Thanks.
Very good point. Yep. So, next question. How important is working cohesively with your fellow, committee members?
Absolutely.
Now and in the future. I mean, what do
Absolutely.
you see? What do you feel?
Well, I really feel like no one should come to City Hall for themselves. I feel like we work for the citizens. You don't work for the 5,000 or 7,000 people that vote for you. You work for all citizens. So, 50, 60,000 citizens here in Medford.
Right.
I feel like I want to represent them all, I really do. And if it means, stopping and talking everywhere I am, which happens everywhere you go.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's funny. I'll go out with girlfriends and people will be like, "Oh, there she goes." But it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
People want your attention, and I think people want to be heard.
Yeah.
And if I can be that listening ear for someone to say, this happened to me, or I'm really excited about this, I'm all for it, So
Yeah.
I think that that's really important. Of course, working with our fellow members, the mayor, the superintendent, our assistant
Right.
superintendents, all the department heads, the directors. It is important. It is important that the staff is heard, that the teachers are heard, the students, the families. I think really you don't walk into City Hall for yourself. And if you walk into City Hall as an elected official and you are there for yourself, then you're not there for the right reasons.
That is a great answer.
Thanks.
And I know it's coming from your heart. And
I do.
I can't tell you how much that means because
Thanks.
I'm not going to get into too much here because
I'm not a
just the
politician.
host.
I'm a mom.
You're definitely not a politician.
I'm not a
Just
politician.
with that answer alone.
I'm not a
because,
politician. I'm a mom
yeah,
that wanted
you-
to see
yeah.
change.
And you do represent the whole city. And I
And-
think that is so important. I hear
Yeah.
people talk.
I want to
oh,
hear
yeah.
everybody's opinions, no
right.
matter what side
Yeah.
of the aisle you're on.
Yeah.
I think that we need to really meet in the middle, and that's what brings community.
Exactly.
Thanks.
That's why. Well, that question to me that was like wow.
Oh,
No, it
I
was
love to wow you, John.
Well, you did. That's a great answer. You don't hear
it's-
that often.
but
you
it's
just don't.
that's my truth.
Yeah. No, I
That's my truth.
appreciate it. I really
Thanks.
do, and I'm sure the audience is going to appreciate
you.
it. That's very, very important.
Thanks.
All right, so now let's get into the money stuff. All right,
Money,
let's get a question about that.
all right.
I know, no one wants
know.
to talk about it.
No, I wish I had more of it.
yeah,
Go ahead.
no, I
I wish
know.
the city had more of it.
Yeah, we all
Yeah,
do.
right?
I know. I hear you. The status, the override, the $7 million dollars. Is
Yeah.
there any way you can give us a little bit of the status of, what happened?
What happened with that money? Yeah, what are we
Yeah,
doing
where'd
with
it
it?
go?
It's not in my bank account. We're not out to dinner with it. That's
Right.
for sure.
No, I understand.
No, so well, obviously, I think that we've really needed to work harder on maintenance, especially of our buildings.
Yes.
That has definitely lacked.
Yes.
And I'd like to think things are getting fixed. That's very important.
Okay.
The mayor has been great in helping us out, obviously, with funds. We are the biggest part of the city budget. And that's a big deal. So override, we just passed the teacher's contract. I was not on the negotiating team, but the teacher's contract was finalized. I believe they said in 3 months, which is
Wow.
unheard of. They did a great job. They really did.
Yeah.
Obviously a lot of work goes into that, and I'm grateful for the negotiating team in that aspect. Our schedule will be changing, and our day will be longer.
Really?
And that all went into that. Yes. So we have to
Wow.
revamp everything. Yeah. So the high school will have.
I
we'll have.
I don't think anyone's aware
I
of
want to
that.
say it's a little bit over an hour, maybe an hour and a quarter a week
Wow, but still.
of school time.
Right.
So learning time, and that's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, it
you
is.
know, academics at the
Yeah.
end of the day is why we're here.
Yeah.
So I'm really proud of that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I definitely want money to go where it's supposed to go, and what better to invest in than our children
Right.
and the staff that's here.
Yeah.
We want to keep the best of the best here, and I
Right.
really
I
do
hear
believe
you.
we have it.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Money.
Nice
That's
to know.
money.
Yeah, money,
yeah,
money,
it's nice
money,
to
money.
know.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And the money did not go towards a new high school. I had heard
Right.
that many times. Like,
Oh.
we need to do that so we have a new high school. I'm like, that's not why we're doing the override. But
you too, yeah. Because
Yeah.
everyone thought, oh yeah, the money, yeah. Well,
that is
it's
not
only
what that
one
was
year,
for.
It's going to the
Yeah,
school,
no,
and I'm like,
no, yeah, no. My bills change. My tax
Yeah.
bill changed too.
Yeah, you get
so
it all the time, I'm sure.
yeah, absolutely.
I'm telling you, it's almost comical sometimes. But here's another thing that I really am interested in.
Okay.
A lot of people are interested in. I think any update on the plans for a new high school. Are we going to build a new one? We're going to do something with what we have. Is anything
I know.
going anywhere
And
yet?
I am a sports mom, right? My kids
Right.
play sports. I go to these other complexes and I'm like, why don't we have this? I want,
Right.
I wish we had
Yeah.
this. So do we need a new high school? Yes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The old Medford High burned down. My mom was at Medford High.
Right.
I went to this school. It hasn't changed, right?
I went to.
I graduated 30 years ago,
Yeah.
30 plus.
Yeah.
And so, we need, who wants to come to work every day
I hear you.
in not the best
it's not the
environment,
great-
right?
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
everybody deserves heat and air conditioning and windows and whatnot. So
Yeah.
the MSBA process is a long process, 5 to 7 years. I am
Yes.
not on the committee, but we are updated on it.
Okay.
So yes, we're moving. I believe we're in the third phase, if I'm correct. We're
phase?
yeah,
Yeah.
and you know the team is working really diligently at getting everything passed in ahead of schedule, which is great. There's a lot of parts of it, and I'm really proud that so many people in the community wanted to jump in with their
Right.
expertise. I love that.
Yeah.
That's community to me.
Yep.
You know, I think you want to come into a building every day that makes you feel good.
Right.
Right.
That's
You know,
important.
at my office, everybody says, "I love your area. It feels like home."
Right,
And I'm
yeah.
like, you know what? I want people to feel comfy when they come
Right.
into my area. You know, we're here
Yeah.
a lot of hours. You know, and our staff works hard and our kids work hard.
Right.
So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want it to be, you know, a welcoming environment, foster learning.
Okay. So there's still a lot going on.
Oh, there's a lot going on
There's
there. There's a lot. It's a long
yeah,
process.
The wheels are turning.
The wheels are
spinning,
definitely
whatever.
turning.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
And that's still.
And at the end of the day, the MSBA is who tells us what will happen. So
Right.
yes, we can have grand ideas, and you know, I think they'll scale it back for us if I'm correct.
Yep.
But absolutely, yeah.
have to
So
be
I think,
realistic.
yeah, we have to be realistic. There are great parts of this campus, and there are parts that really need to be revamped.
Yep.
You know, and there's no doubt about that. So
I agree.
yeah, and so I think, you know, obviously this high school was built for you know, 5,000 kids, I think, at the beginning, right? Back in you know,
My
at the
class was
time.
over 700 kids graduated.
Yeah,
My
you know,
senior class.
exactly. And I think mine was 300. I don't
Yes.
even know how many was in my daughter's,
Right,
but you know, overall enrollment has declined. People's families have shrunk, right? People
Yeah.
don't have 6 kids anymore.
No, they
It's
don't.
too expensive.
Right.
So obviously enrollment goes down over time. So, you know, we'd have to tailor it to what the enrollment projections are. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
all of that goes
So-
into it.
Yeah. So I think you've you've answered the next couple of questions.
Did
'Cause
I?
Yeah, I
Ooh.
was going to get into.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, what do you think? I mean, you know.
Yeah.
you know,
Listen, what I love-
I mean,
Yeah.
we all want a brand
Exactly.
new school, but
Exactly.
if we can't have the brand new school,
Yes.
there's a possibility that they're going to rehab.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's not necessarily a whole brand new building. I mean, we have A building, B building, BOC.
Right.
You know what I
That's
mean?
what
Like
I mean.
this is a
It's
lot.
a
This is a big
huge-
campus,
yeah,
and we
it's a
don't.
huge campus.
You know, like I said, the enrollment is down over
Right.
the last 50 years, right? You know,
Right,
60
yeah.
years, whatever it's been. So, you know, tailor it to what we need and what our you know, our hopes are of what Medford High will be would be
That-
great.
That's the key. Tailoring
Yeah,
it
tailoring it.
to what you need now.
Tailoring
Yeah, no, I
it,
agree.
you know, and projections.
Yeah, and I got to bring up, you know, we did a vocational school show with Rich Cormio, and that was,
Ah,
if
good
anyone
guy.
hasn't seen that show, go back and watch it. It's a
Yeah,
great show.
I'm a huge Vogue fan. I did not go to the Vogue, but my
didn't
kids,
know.
yes. You
I
get a
was
tour of the
like-
vocational
I
school.
had more fun doing that show because I
Yes.
got, it's incredible
The
what's over
bistro,
there. Yeah, the
I have to
yeah.
rave about the bistro. I
Yeah,
go
who
once a
knew?
week for
Yeah,
lunch,
yeah.
and I try to you know, promote it on social media as much as possible
I see-
because
I see your posts.
you know, the food is actually really
Yes,
good.
yeah.
The price is more than right,
Right,
You
yeah.
know, and this is real life experience for these kids.
kids.
Like that's such hand-on experience.
Yeah.
Like where do you get that at school? And you know, I think busy hands, you know,
Oh, I know.
are
I think
you know,
everyone agrees with that.
yeah, you
keep
know,
'em
busy hands keeps them busy, you know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
stay
I was-
focused.
Yeah, very
stay
impressed
focused.
with that. What's going on?
I love it.
With the
I love it. I
vocation,
mean,
all
you
the
want to
programs
graduate and go into the
Yeah.
workforce. That's
Yeah,
great. You want to
yeah.
graduate and continue the path that you've been on
Yeah.
in high school to college or you know.
And I know
Fostering
I don't know how
greatness.
it is now, but there was a waiting list.
Yeah, there's still a
It's
waiting
still
list.
a waiting list.
Yeah,
Can you
and
imagine?
I know it's great. And
I
years
mean,
ago,
it is great.
it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, years ago, they used to offer up some of the programs to other areas because
Right.
we couldn't fill the programs and they needed the
Right.
space.
Yeah.
And that is not the case anymore.
Yeah.
So, and we did hire, I want to say it was another culinary teacher. There were a couple of new hires because the programs are
They're exploding.
thriving.
Yeah,
We're
they are,
thriving, and
yeah.
that's great.
That's
That
good
makes me
news.
happy.
Yeah. Like I say, that was a great show, and boy, I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Because when I went to,
That tour is the best.
it is.
It is.
When I went to school, it was like, whoa.
Well, when I went to
it's
school too,
impressive.
you couldn't cross that line. You were
Right.
either a Medford High student or you
yeah.
were a Voc student,
Right.
and you did not cross the
Yeah.
line. There were different
Yeah.
start times, different end times.
Yeah.
You knew,
Yeah.
And I think that it was really looked down upon, which is so sad
It
because
was
it
at
has.
one time.
It really was, and it is so different now. And
Yep.
I'm really proud of that.
No.
Really proud.
Yeah, all good stuff.
All good stuff. I like the
Nicole.
good stuff. Makes me happy.
We all love the good
right?
stuff.
But the
yeah.
good and the bad, it's
Yeah,
reality.
well,
so
you got to work with
gotta
the
be
bad.
realistic.
Yeah, you got to make the bad good sometimes. Or
Absolutely.
do the best you can.
That's right.
All right, I could go on for a little bit longer, but
I'm
you
a
know.
talker too, so go for it. Next
No,
question.
I'm going to make this the last question.
All right, go for
I
it.
think we covered a lot.
We
and,
did.
We'll probably. I'd love to have you come back on. You
All right.
know, someday.
I'm around. I'm in
yeah,
Medford.
I know. But this is the last question.
Okay.
I ask this, and I want to make sure that what is your if you had your least favorite and your most favorite thing to do in Medford? It could be more than one thing, but what is your least and most favorite thing to do?
Okay, so I would say my least favorite thing to do in Medford is drive. Right? The traffic. I work in Somerville. It takes me sometimes 45 minutes to get to Somerville from Medford. I think days I could walk quicker.
Right.
Everybody has different modes of transportation, which is great, but it's a lot,
Yes,
so
no, I hear
it's a
you.
lot. I think probably driving is probably my least favorite. I think you have to give a lot more time when you're even just,
Just going local.
just going local. You have to give yourself a little bit extra time. So probably driving is my least favorite.
Okay, no, that makes sense
Is that good?
because I have to drive to Somerville.
Yeah.
I drop someone off at the Y, sometimes
Yeah.
4 to 5 times a week,
Give
and I
yourself
agree with
a
you.
lot
I
of
live
time.
in the traffic sometimes,
It's
and when the
ridiculous.
kids are back in school, it's incredible. Traffic.
It's incredible. And just so
Everywhere.
you know, there's still traffic on
Right.
Winthrop Street,
Yeah.
even when school is out, because I
Right.
sit in that
Yeah,
some
no,
days
I
too.
know.
And I don't know what's going on with Tuesdays, but Tuesdays is not a good traffic day ever.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right, so now we got your least favorite, which
Okay.
is driving, and I think a lot of people agree with you on that.
That might be a top one.
That's a good answer.
Thank you.
And favorite.
My
What's your
favorite thing.
favorite?
My favorite thing to do in Medford is to go for a walk in the cemetery. I find a lot
yeah.
of peace there.
Yeah.
I walk through the woods. I walk up on
Yeah.
the stairs. I sit. I think. The wildlife in the cemetery is
Yes.
amazing. I post a lot of pictures on my own personal social media about that. The sunset. I think the deers come out to me. But I've seen coyote and fox and deer, and the bucks are out now with their full rack, and it's just really amazing to me.
Yeah.
There was a hawk the other day that
Yep.
was chewing on some prey, and I was like, this is happening right here in my backyard.
your
And it's just a
backyard, yeah.
beautiful, peaceful place. It really is a peaceful place. So it brings me a lot of peace in there.
No, I hear you. Unfortunately, I have a lot of family,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of friends
Yeah,
up there,
absolutely.
and I do go up there. I get up there once a week, and you're right. It
Yeah,
is.
I try to go
really
every
is.
day.
It's
I really
peaceful,
do.
and
I find a lot of peace
every
there.
time I go up, there's plenty of wildlife, and I
There's-
also see a lot of people walking around.
Yeah, it's a
Walk
great
the
place to walk.
cemetery.
Yeah, it's a great place to walk.
But that's good.
Thanks.
You gave me 2 answers that I don't think anyone else would give me: the cemetery and driving.
Well, there
I
you
like
go.
that.
Well, I'm unique. There's no
Yeah,
doubt
yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
Yeah. Oh. Listen, I really do mean this. I appreciate you coming on the
Thank
show.
you.
I had a lot of fun.
Thank you. I've known your family for a long time.
Yeah, I know. My wonderful sister.
South Medford.
Yeah,
South Medford. I grew up in
know.
South Medford.
And
I'll
I
always
knew your
be.
mom and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
All right, Nicole. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Really, really. I enjoyed the show. Thank you for joining us. So this is the last question.
Okay.
It's probably the most important question, but if someone wants to get in touch with Nicole Branley,
Yeah.
please let us know. How do they do it?
Okay. Well, I'm kind of everywhere, so I definitely
Okay.
show up. So anytime you want to talk, I'm always available. I plan to have a campaign kickoff party in September. It's
Okay.
my birthday, so I like that whole
Nice.
campaign kickoff birthday thing. I have an email address for my campaign. It's Branley02155 @gmail.com. I obviously have my school committee email for
Right.
family and students. That's Nicole Branley at medford.k12.ma.us. I'm on Facebook, and that is Nicole Branley for Medford School Committee. And then on Instagram, I believe, let me just make sure so I don't get it wrong, it's Nicole Branley, the number 4, Medford School Committee.
Okay.
Yeah, Medford SC.
Okay.
Sorry.
So you're everywhere.
I am everywhere.
Oh, jeez. All right. So I'm
Yeah.
sure we're gonna, we'll put that on the screen.
great.
too.
I appreciate it.
I'm not gonna have you repeat it.
All right,
but
that's
we'll,
fine.
we'll make sure. And
I'm everywhere.
I think most people know you're on the
I'm
school
around,
committee, and they can
yeah.
get in touch with you that
Absolutely.
way. And I'm sure that gets filled up, that mailbox, anyhow.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's that time again.
Yeah.
We're gonna close out the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, please. It was our pleasure,
Thank you.
believe me. This was a great show. We had a
Thanks.
great time. I think the audience is going to love it. I really do. But I want to thank you, Nicole, first for joining us on Medford Happenings, and secondly for being a candidate for our Medford School Committee. We all know how tough it is you got elected and you're going for re-election. It's a
Right.
lot of work, and we appreciate it. So I also want to take a minute to thank everyone who has been watching the show, and thank you for your feedback. Whether it's positive or negative, we appreciate it, and we do look at them. So if you would like to share a comment, or a candidate for city office, if you're opening a new business, you have an existing business, if you represent an organization with an upcoming event and would like to appear on a future show, you can contact us, at johnpetrella55@gmail.com. You can also you're also able to see replays of this show on Medford Community Media Monday, Wednesday, Friday at usually 6 to 7 p.m. You can also see Medford Happenings on medfordtv.org, medfordhappenings.com, YouTube at Medford Happenings, and also we're on Facebook. For the Medford Happenings team, Margaret, Bruce, Marco, and Paul, I'm John Petrella. Stay informed. Ta-da!